Where am I? I've got to get back. Can't be scared. I can't find it. Where's the camp?
Get up now. You can make it.
Oh, it hurts.
Nell, get moving.
Ow.
That's my girl. Keep follow my voice, Nell.
You can do it. Be strong.
You could do it, Nell. I heard my mother's voice as clear as if she was standing beside me. Her and my father. Be strong, Nell. You can do it. They guided me back to camp and saved me.
How long have they been dead?
Oh, 5 years. That was the last time I felt them near me.
Had you ever felt their presence before?
Once, when I was 10, I was at boarding school and I'd had a premonition. I had the overwhelming feeling that they had died in this terrible way. I was so upset, I was sent to the infirmary. Later that day, my grandfather came and told me that my parents had died in a plane crash that morning in Africa. I wish I'd had a chance to say goodbye.
Why do you think you're dreaming about your past now, Nell?
Maybe it has something to do with Adam and me. He's just under so much pressure with his work. He's become sullen, withdrawn. Maybe I'm wishing my parents were here, reaching out to me.
Do you feel like your marriage is in trouble?
No, nothing that ominous. I guess I'm just wishing to reconnect with Adam.
Well, that's why you're here. I think it's time we talk about asking him to come to a session with you.
Adam would never talk to someone about our problems. He's a classic loner. His parents died early, too. Hard worker, self-made man. That's one of the things that attracted me to him, that and his passion. He went after me with everything he had, and I was so ready to fall in love. It was a whirlwind romance. 3 months.
I'm curious. How well did that go over with your grandfather?
Mac? Oh, Mac loves him. Always has.
I've never liked Adam.
That's not true, Mac. You gave him his first job after we were married at Walters and Arsdale.
Yes, I did. And then he walked out after 3 years to form his own architectural firm.
And in your words, it was a savvy business move.
That was before he turned on me.
What are you talking about? Adam never turned on you.
You were supposed to run for my seat in Congress when I retired, and you would have if Adam hadn't talked you out of it.
Adam didn't talk me out of anything. We both decided to wait until after I had children.
And where are they? Nell, we've got a major problem with this weasel Bob Gorman deciding not to run for a second term. You're the only one who can save the seat for the party. You've got the name, and you've got the political savvy to win.
I have a job, remember? I write a column, and if you haven't heard, I'm very good at it.
You write a great column. You're a thorn in the side of every politician. But let's face it, you know you're dying to throw your hat in the ring.
It's not that simple, Mac.
The hell it isn't. Why'd you spend all those summers interning with me? Remember, I groomed you for that seat because you wanted me to. Because you knew your day would come. It's here, Nell. Seize the moment. If you don't, you'll always regret it. Always.
I have a good feeling about my designs being approved for the Vandermeer Towers complex. I'm meeting with Peter Lang and Sam Krause today on the boat. If all goes well, we'll be breaking ground by next month.
That's fantastic. I know how much that project means to you.
To us. It'll put me on the map as an architect and give you a husband you can be proud of.
Adam, did you see this? The district attorney's office is charging your old firm, Walters and Arsdale, with payoffs.
Yeah, I saw it.
Do you think they'll question you?
Probably. I'll tell Mac he has nothing to worry about. I promise not to tarnish the cherished family name.
I am not worried about what Mac thinks.
Oh, come on, Nell. I'm not an idiot. You've been trying to find a way all morning to tell me that the old man has talked you into running for Congress.
You're right. I've decided I'm going after Mac's seat, and I would like to believe that I have your support.
Count on my support? Now what are you trying to do, solicit my vote?
That's really not fair, Adam. I know how you feel about my getting back into politics. But 2 years ago, I walked away from this chance because you convinced me that it was the best thing for our marriage.
I convinced you? Mm-hmm. No, we both agree that our marriage had a better shot at working without Mac spending 10 hours a day counseling you every move.
It's not going to be like that. I've always supported your career choices. All I'm asking for is the same from you.
Guess that's it. And then we're talking about it.
I'll talk all you want, but this is something I'm going to do for me.
Do what you have to do, Nell. I sure as hell don't want to get in the way of Mac's plans for you.
Really?
I'm gonna eat downtown after the meeting. Don't wait up for me.
Fine. Maybe you shouldn't come home at all, then. Hello?
I hope to God Adam kept his nose clean while he was with Walters and Arsdale.
Relax, Mac. I talked to Adam. You have nothing to worry about.
I'm worried about you. I don't want him hurting your chances of winning this election. Now, if he knows anything, he's got to tell us first before...
Mac, he's my husband. I love him. I trust him. That should be enough for you.
Okay, Congresswoman. Now, I want you over here tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock to meet your campaign staff. Don't be late.
I never am. Fred.
Hello, Nell. Adam asked me to stop by and pick up his briefcase and his blue blazer.
Oh, come on in. Yeah, I guess he rushed out this morning and forgot them. I think I saw them upstairs. I was gonna call.
Oh, I know he meant to call you, too. He's just really anxious about our meeting. You know how Adam is at planning things. He gets lost in the details and he forgets everything else.
Oh, are you going too?
Oh, I wouldn't miss it. I mean, Adam wouldn't let me miss it. He's just,
He's lucky to have you, Winifred. Although I hope this isn't part of the job description.
Oh, I don't mind. Adam is so much nicer to work for than Walters and Arsdale. Truth is, I was thrilled when he asked me to help him start up his new firm. I mean, the long hours don't bother me at all.
Even on a boat?
Actually, I like when we have meetings on his boat. I love being out on the water, even when it's strictly business. What? What is it?
Nothing. Well, we'll have to have you out on our boat sometime when it isn't strictly business.
Oh, I like that. Thanks, Nell.
All right. Now scoot a little back. That's it. Gentle now, okay? There you go.
Hey.
Hey, sweetheart. What are you doing here? What a surprise.
I hate to do this to you on such short notice, but there's a meeting on Adam Colliff's boat. Sam Cross, Peter Lang, they want me there.
Okay, so?
I don't know, maybe they're gonna fire me if they want to do it in style.
Why would they fire you? Did something happen?
No. I'm kidding. It'll be fine. Besides, you could support us all on this daycare job, couldn't you?
You know what, baby? I think you would feel a lot better if you would tell me what's bothering you the past few weeks. Tell me.
I gotta go.
Careful.
I love you.
I love you too. Oh.
I'm sorry.
Where's Adam hiding the good stuff? I know he doesn't drink this crap.
I don't know what Kraus is worried about. You have enough liquor down there to pickle a pig.
That's the idea.
To you, and the deal that gives you everything you want.
Well, nothing happens without you, Winnie.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt anything.
You didn't. Thanks for coming. We were just toasting the new Vandermeer complex. You're going to be a very big part of that.
Great.
Never forget my friends, Jimmy. Excuse me. Adam Colliff. Yeah, Peter. Everybody's here, waiting on you. I hope you're all right. No, we're set to go. I think we should just move forward. I don't want to deal with Sam at this point. Yeah, all right.
What happened?
Well, Lang got himself into an accident. He's banged up pretty bad and won't be able to make it.
Well, what do you want to do?
What we came here for? I want you to help cast me off.
I'd like to count on your support.
Support? What are you trying to do now? Solicit my vote?
I've never liked Adam.
home at all.
I'd like to wrap this up, Detective.
I understand, Congressman. Just have a few more questions.
It's okay, Mac.
What was your husband's relationship to Sam Krause?
Sam owns a construction company that did a lot of work for Adam's former architectural firm, Walters and Arsdale. I think Adam was planning to use Sam on the Vandermeer Towers complex.
Aren't Walters and Arsdale under investigation for bribes?
Yes.
It should be noted that Adam was no longer associated with them.
And Peter Lang was the money behind the Vandermeer project?
That's right. Adam was the architect. It's my understanding that it was a meeting of the partners.
Is that all?
Just one more question. Mrs. Coliff, can you think of anybody who would want to see your husband killed?
No. Everybody loved Adam. Are you saying this wasn't an accident?
Well, we'll know more tomorrow, but based on the size of the boat remains, it appears the explosion was a lot bigger than one you'd get from a tank of fuel.
Right, that's it for tonight. My granddaughter needs some rest, please.
Of course. I'm sorry to make you go through this tonight. I'll see myself out.
I'm more sorry than I can say.
Hey, George.
Hey.
What'd you find out from Coliff's wife?
Well, apparently everybody loved him.
Everybody loved Kennedy, too. Anything else?
I hear of a guy named Sam Krause.
Sure. The guy's a blueprint for corruption in construction. Why?
Well, apparently he was a guest of honor yesterday.
Really? So much for an accident. I got a list of people as long as my arm. I'd like to get rid of Krause before he's brought in for questioning.
So Mrs. Coliff says the rest of the people at the party were her husband, husband's assistant, Winifred Johnson, and a big-time developer named Peter Lang.
Lang? Lang, no, that, something doesn't add up. Oh, look at that.
Who's this guy, Jimmy Ryan?
His wife calls in. She says he was at the party on the boat yesterday, didn't come home. But all our witnesses put 4 people on the boat when it left.
Somebody missed the boat.
Looks that way.
How are you holding up, kiddo?
I'd say the early returns don't look promising.
Well, I don't want to sound like a politician, but I've had plenty of practice losing people that I love. I know how much it hurts, and I know how long it takes.
I'm sorry, Mac. It's just been hard. I loved Adam so much. And when he walked out of here yesterday, we were fighting.
Is it over you running for office?
Yes. I'm sure he would have come around if he'd had the chance.
I spoke to my source downtown. Peter Lang didn't make it to the boat. He had a car accident. Not serious, but enough to send him home. And they think that the 4th person on the boat was Jimmy Ryan. You know him?
I've heard Adam mention him. I think he works in construction.
Yeah. The police are going to want to talk to you about him. And they're going to want to A sample of Adam's DNA.
A DNA sample?
They recovered some human remains. Too small to identify.
Oh, God.
Mr. Lang, why do you think Adam Coliff went on the boat without you?
I couldn't say. But it was a beautiful day. Maybe they just decided to cruise the harbor.
You were supposed to be meeting on the Vandermeer Towers complex, weren't you? A project that Adam Coliff was the architect on?
Who told you that?
Well, his wife. Is that not accurate?
We were meeting about Vandermeer Towers, yes, but I'd made no decision regarding the architect.
Why would the Coliffs think you had?
Adam Coliff married into a very influential family. In my business, I find it not profitable to offend influential people.
I'm afraid you're going to have to be a little bit more specific for us.
He wasn't a very good architect. His design for the complex was pedestrian at best. I had no intention of using it.
So why lead him on?
It's a very long and boring story.
Well, that's why we're here.
Can I offer you a drink?
No thanks.
The old Vandermeer mansion is an egregious example of bureaucracy run amok. A rundown old building on a valuable piece of property that's been shackled with historical landmark status. I bought it thinking I could get that status removed and put up my towers on it. I was shocked at the amount of resistance I met. Anyway, while I was doing that, Adam Coliff beat me to the punch and purchased the property next door. But it had no value as long as Vandermeer was untouchable. So I didn't see any great urgency to acquire it.
Then something happened.
You're damn right something happened. The Vandermeer mansion conveniently burnt down.
And Coliff was left holding the ace.
And I offered him double what he paid for it. But that's not what he had in mind. He thought he could turn the sale of the property into a nice little contract for himself as architect.
So why the meeting on the boat?
To make him a final offer. One that he couldn't refuse.
You sound very confident that he would have sold.
Oh, Adam had an inflated opinion of himself as an architect and as a businessman, but he wasn't completely stupid. He would have sold. Because he knew I'd never use his design.
I want you to find out all you can about the property Coliff bought. Timing on the fire seems very convenient.
What do you think about Lang?
I think he looks pretty good for surviving a car accident that kept him from closing such a big deal.
Hello?
Nell Coliff?
Yes.
Your husband spoke to me last night.
Who is this?
He said to tell you. Don't worry about the fight you had. It wasn't your fault.
Adam's death doesn't feel real to me yet. I keep expecting him to call and apologize for being late.
That's a normal response to losing a loved one so abruptly. It takes time to deal with that kind of loss.
I'm not ready to let him go. I need a little more time before I say goodbye.
Nell, is there something else you want to talk about?
Yeah. I got a phone call this morning, a woman. She said she talked to Adam last night.
Last night?
Maybe just a crank call. Someone read the paper. I don't know.
What else did she say?
Nothing. I just hung up on her. I never thought I would feel so lonely, being alone. You know, it's funny.
Thank you.
All these people, and none of them were Adam's friends.
They came for you, Nell.
I know, and they're good people, but why didn't anybody stand up for Adam today? Where are his friends?
He was a tough man to know. He never let anybody close.
Why did someone hate him enough to kill him? Why?
I don't know.
Mrs. Coliff? Hello, Mr. MacDermott. I'm Lisa Ryan. Jimmy Ryan was my husband.
Excuse me. I'll get the car.
Yes, I recognize you from the newspaper. I'm sorry about your husband.
I wonder if I could meet with you privately. I wouldn't bother you if it wasn't important.
Sure.
I will call you.
We just came to pay our condolences, Mrs. Coliff. I lost my wife 2 years ago in a car accident. I know how hard this must be for you.
Thank you.
Look, I'm sorry to be so insensitive, but I gotta do my job. That was Lisa Ryan you were just talking to, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
How well did you know the Ryans?
I didn't. Adam worked with Jimmy Ryan, and I believe you just witnessed my meeting his wife.
What were you two talking about?
Am I under surveillance, Detective?
No, of course not.
Good. Because I don't think my grandfather would like that very much.
You think she's lying?
No, she's too smart to lie.
Not for me.
Okay. Nell, I wanted to thank you for taking the time to see me. I know how difficult the last couple of days have been for you.
What did you want to talk to me about, Peter?
Well, you knew that Adam created a design for the new towers complex I'm building.
Yes. He was very excited about it.
Well, and I was very excited about the drawings he'd done. He was such a creative architect. We'll all miss him terribly.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, now that he's gone, I'm gonna have to start all over. A new architect will certainly have a new concept.
I can understand that.
I'm sure you knew that last August, Adam purchased the property adjoining mine, paid a little under $1 million for it.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Well, that property was part of the deal that he brought to the table. Its current value is $800,000, but I'm prepared to offer you $3 million.
Why are you willing to pay so much?
Because if I have your property, I'll have the space to give my complex a more impressive presence. Of course, it will up the value of my venture.
I see.
But if you decide not to sell, I'm afraid your value will decrease simply because of the overwhelming presence of the towers.
I'll have to think about that.
I understand. Take your time. There's still a couple of weeks before the final bids have to be presented. Now, is there any truth to the rumor that you're running for your grandfather's old congressional seat?
I never discuss rumors, Peter.
Well, that sounds like a campaign strategy. But I want you to know, if you do decide to run, you have my full support in every way.
Thank you.
Mrs. Coliff. Your husband's trying to contact you. I'm Bonnie Wilson. I'm sorry, I know I shouldn't be approaching you like this, but I had no other choice. Adam spoke to me from the spiritual plane.
I'm not listening to this.
He said, remember your parents. They found a way to say goodbye, and I will too.
You don't expect me to believe that.
Call me when you're ready.
I have to be honest, I don't think I'm going to make my deadline.
No, we have to talk.
That's very generous. I'll call you when I'm finished, okay? Okay, bye.
Who's that?
Brian Wood, my editor. He's extended my deadline. He's given me the time I need to grieve for Adam.
Well, Nell, there's no easy way to put this, but...
Mac, just say what it is you came here to say.
Robert Walters and Len Arsdale came to visit me. A group of contractors have confessed to taking bribes. It looks as if Adam may have been in on the take when he was working for them.
I don't believe that. It's way too easy to lay blame on the dead man. Did anyone say they actually handed money to Adam?
They say Winifred was the go-between.
Winifred?
She knew the business inside out. It would have been easy for her if she had a partner to handle arrangements.
Don't you think it's possible that Adam's death has given them the perfect scapegoat?
Where did Adam get the money to buy that property next to the old Vandermeer mansion?
I gave it to him. I took it from my trust. Hey, if Adam was getting bribes, then where is it all now? Because I sure haven't seen it. And why would he borrow money from me?
If it comes out that your husband was involved in a bribery scandal, we're going to have a hell of a time getting the support you need.
Hello?
Mrs. Coliff, this is Lisa Ryan. I met you at your husband's mass.
Jimmy got fired a few years ago for being honest and reporting the use of substandard materials. He got blackballed and didn't work again until your husband got him a job with Krause. We were desperate. And I know how grateful Jimmy was for that chance.
Adam always spoke very highly of him.
We're finally digging ourselves out of debt. But Jimmy had changed. He was always depressed. He didn't sleep. He lost his appetite.
Did he say why?
No. He was such a good man. Good father. He was so honest. I think it was something at work.
Why do you think that?
Look, I know we just met, but I'm scared. And I need to talk to somebody.
You can trust me, Lisa.
This is what I found hidden in Jimmy's workshop. It's $50,000. Jimmy never touched it. I can tell it was never opened. I think it's dirty money.
Do you think Adam had anything to do with it?
We don't know. But right after Adam got Jimmy on Krause's payroll, something terrible must have happened. I think it was with whatever Jimmy and Adam were working on.
Do you think Jimmy was the target of the explosion?
He came by that day to work, to see me. And he never did that before. And the last thing he said was, "I'm sorry." Like he knew something was going to happen to him. I think that sounds crazy.
No, it doesn't. For now, we're going to keep this money a secret. Because whoever gave it to Jimmy, if it was some kind of payoff, they might come after you.
Can you keep it here? You know, just because I think I can't sleep with it at my house with the kids being there.
Okay. In the meantime, I'm going to see if Adam knew anything about this.
Adam? I don't understand.
You know, I'm not sure that I do either, but for now, it's worth trying. It was a birthday gift. Listen, I gotta be honest with you, Bonnie. I'm not sure that I believe any of this.
That's all right. I'm used to skeptics. Let's just give Adam a chance to make contact, okay?
you see him?
In my mind's eye. He's looking at you with so much love now. He's standing in the snow kissing you. In front of a dinosaur. Does that make sense?
The Dinosaur Museum in North Dakota. That's where he proposed to me.
He says he wants to apologize. The last time you two were together before he passed over, you had an argument. He's saying it was his fault. He says that it was something you wanted to do and he was making it difficult for you. I'm beginning to lose him.
Tell him I love him. Tell him I'm sorry that we argued. Tell him.
Adam doesn't want to go. I see him more clearly now. He looks pleased. He says to start a new chapter in your life. Something you need to do to be free.
The campaign.
That's right, he's smiling. He says to give away his personal things, his clothes, and he says you know where. He can't. He can't.
He can't what?
He says you need to let him go now. He's not alone. He's met your parents. Something about camp. Don't be afraid. Next time you're lost, he'll show you the way. He's leaving us again.
No, Adam, his boat. Does he know who blew up his boat?
He's fading. He's showing me towers. It's dangerous. Stay away from the towers, Nell. Stay away from...
What is it?
Stay away from Peter. Stay away from Peter now.
You're a creature of habit, Mrs. Coliff. You run this route every day.
I don't appreciate being followed, Detective Brennan.
I admire your discipline. After my wife died, couldn't really get motivated to exercise anymore. You see the result.
Well, you're welcome to join me anytime you feel motivated.
Did it ever occur to you that it might not be safe jogging alone?
What occurs to me is your time would be better spent following somebody who would have benefited from Adam's death.
Like Peter Lang? What did you two talk about in his office?
He wants to buy a piece of real estate.
The piece your husband bought next to the Vandermeer mansion.
That's right.
Mrs. Coliff, Peter Lang had no intention of hiring your husband as the architect for that project. Adam bought that property to leverage his way into that job, but according to Lang, that was never going to happen. But Lang did want Adam's property, and I believe that he would have done anything to get it, including blowing up his boat.
Why would Adam lie to me about Peter Lang being his architect? Why?
Same reason everybody lies. He was hiding something. How well did you know Winifred Johnson?
Not well. She left Walters in Arsdale with Adam. He said she was a good assistant. Why?
We found her purse, washed up on shore with barely a mark on it. You'd never be able to tell it was in an explosion that annihilated everything else. We found this inside. It's a safe deposit box key. We don't know what bank because they make them untraceable. Can you think of any reason why a 40 grand a year assistant would need a safe deposit box?
No, I don't know why.
Well, neither did her mother, who just happens to live in a very expensive nursing home that her daughter pays for.
That's all very interesting.
Well, I'll tell you what's interesting. So far, we haven't had one positive hit on her DNA testing. We've got matches on Krause and Ryan, but no Winifred Johnson.
Rhoda's having a hard time dealing with her daughter's death. She's very angry.
Winifred was a devoted daughter. Never missed a Friday visit. And to the best of my knowledge, she was the only visitor that Rhoda ever had.
Mrs. Johnson? Hi, I'm Nell MacDermott, Adam's wife. Adam Colleaf.
I don't know why my Winnie left her job to work for your husband. She was doing good where she was. I told her to stay put, but she wouldn't listen to me. Look where it got her.
I'm very sorry about Winifred. I know how sad and frightened you may be feeling. If you'd rather I didn't stay.
Oh, it's not your fault. I just don't know what I'm going to do now. Winnie managed everything. I can't afford to stay here without her.
Well, maybe she had an insurance policy that could help pay for your expenses.
I don't know anything about insurance.
What about her safety deposit box? Do you know what bank she had it in?
Why would Winnie need a safety deposit box? She never had anything worth hiding.
Do you know where she might have kept some of her important papers?
In a desk in her apartment. The same apartment we lived in since she was in kindergarten. I'd still be there if it wasn't for this damned arthritis.
Maybe a neighbor could go in there and look for you.
I don't want neighbors nosing around my business. Anyway, I haven't talked to any of them since I've been here.
Well, there must be someone you can ask. A friend of Winifred's?
Don't know any. She did have a boyfriend recently. Talked about marrying him, but he never came here. His name was Harry something.
Mrs. Johnson, I'd be happy to go over there and look for you if you like.
Your grandfather's Nell MacDermott, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
He's a good man. Honest.
Yep.
I voted for him every election. Winnie had that made for me from one of her medals. First place for something. She was a champion swimmer in school, a regular Esther Williams. She was everything a mother could want from a daughter.
I'm going to try to find her daughter's insurance papers. But in the meantime, does Mrs. Johnson need any financial assistance?
Oh, sweet of you to ask, but Winifred had already paid in advance for the next 10 years. All taken care of.
Hey, what'd you find out? Not much. She's playing her cards pretty close to the vest, but she definitely knows more than she's letting on. How about you?
Well, nothing from North Dakota on Cole's background yet, but my guy says he should have something soon. I did, however, get the skinny on the Kaplan property that he bought. See, it turns out that the place was a warehouse for a family fur business that went belly up about 20 years ago. Now, Colliff bought it from an Ada Kaplan for about 800 grand. It's fair market value. But after liens to the place, property tax, income tax, sizable credit card debt, she walks away with a little under 200,000.
Tough luck.
Yeah, it gets worse. She's living in the building at the time that it sells. She's got to move out. Guess where she lands?
Ritz-Carlton.
Close. The Vandermeer Mansion.
Well, that place had been abandoned for years. The cops are constantly chasing vagrants out of there.
I'm guessing that she's scared to spend the money. A month later, the place burns down. She's in it.
And the Kaplan warehouse triples in value, opening the door for Coliff to make a bundle selling the property to Lang. You think he torched it?
I'm guessing there's somebody who thinks he probably did. Ada Kaplan's son, Jed Kaplan.
Hi. Thank you for coming on such short notice.
You're welcome. Did you find out anything about the money?
Do you know who Winifred Johnson is?
No, I mean, only what it said in the paper, that she worked for your husband and, wasn't she on the boat?
Yeah. She started working for Adam at Walters in Arsdale.
I know that name. Jimmy worked for them on a couple of buildings they designed.
Well, they're under investigation for taking bribes. The police think that Winifred Johnson was involved. She has a safety deposit box. She paid for an expensive nursing home for her mother. She paid 10 years in advance. A place like that must cost about, what, $5,000 a month? You do the math.
That's $500,000.
Mm-hmm. On an assistant's salary?
Maybe somebody wanted her out of the picture.
You would think. The police think that she had a partner, and they suspect Adam, but I'm not ready to believe that. Maybe Peter Lang was her partner.
Is that the big shot developer?
Yeah.
Huh.
Here, just grab that. Yeah, Adam bought some land that he wanted, and he wouldn't sell it to him. I think Peter Lang was leading Adam on and pretending to develop the Vandermeer Towers with him so that he would get his hands on Adam's property.
How does Jimmy fit into this?
Well, Jimmy was working for Krause Construction, right? And Krause was on the boat, so maybe we should assume that Jimmy was making the payoffs.
He would never be part of that.
I believe you, Lisa. Hey, maybe he overheard something, and they paid him to stay quiet.
I know. That's what I fear. That's why he didn't spend the money. He had to take it. He was scared he'd never work again.
What if Peter Lang set up the meeting with everyone that could hurt him on that boat, and then he blew it up, and then he faked a car accident as an alibi?
We should go to the police.
No. The police know everything I know. And they're convinced that Adam was part of that bribery scam with Winifred. I don't think he was. I need to find the truth, just the same as you do about Jimmy.
What do we do?
Winifred's mother gave me the keys to their apartment.
Winifred's mother? Does she know about any of this?
No. As far as she's concerned, she lost her daughter in a boating accident. She's just a grieving mother with no friends or family. It's sad. I offered to help her. I felt bad for her.
What does she want you to do?
Go to the apartment and check for any insurance records. I could really use the support if you felt like going.
Yeah. My kids come home at 3:30 from school. I just have to be there when the bus arrives.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You know, it's funny. You're nothing like I thought you'd be. I've seen you on those talk shows, arguing with politicians. I'd always imagined you'd be a lot tougher.
Catch me before my morning coffee.
What if we were wrong? What if Adam and Jimmy were involved like the police think?
I just can't let myself go there now.
Are you scared?
I think I'm more frightened by what Adam might have been hiding, even more than the people that killed him. Thanks for coming with me.
Ooh, it's depressing in here. Like an old Betty Davis movie.
feel like I'm doing something wrong.
Why? She gave you the key, didn't she?
Yeah. I'm here to look for an insurance policy, but you know, the real reason I came was to try and find some evidence to help clear Adam.
That's not wrong, Nell. That's faith. State champion 800 freestyle, 1973, Winifred Johnson.
My mother said she was a champion. She must feel so proud.
Proud? It's a damn shrine.
What's this? Some childish display of affection?
Winifred loves Harry. Is that the same Winifred from 73?
It must be. Her mother said she had a boyfriend named Harry.
This is getting really creepy. This is the behavior of a 15-year-old.
Announcing the wedding of Winifred Johnson and Harry Reynolds.
Are you okay?
We shouldn't be here.
Why?
I don't know. They want to kill me.
Ooh.
I don't know. I can't breathe.
Get out of here.
Oh, Lisa.
Are you all right?
I'm okay. I get these premonitions.
Oh, you scared the hell out of me.
You scared the hell out of me, too. What do you want?
You got $3 million? You people think you can buy anything. Just write a check and all your problems go away. Something gets in your way, you burn it down. That the way your husband does business?
My husband is dead.
Yeah, I heard about that. Unfortunate boat accident. It's too bad. He was gonna make a nice profit off that warehouse he bought. That's right. I know about it. Everything. Tell me. What was Jimmy Ryan gonna get out of it? A nice fat bonus and a gold watch?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't lie to me!
Please.
I've been watching you now, and you're all gonna pay for it.
Mac!
Well, what the hell's going on?
Mac! Mac!
I think I should go with you, Mac.
It's a broken collarbone. I survived worse in World War II.
You were younger then.
I was just as tough. You stay here, you talk to the police. See me tomorrow.
You sure?
Keep this from the press, Nell. At least until we find out who this wacko is. And we figure out how to spin it.
Mac, I really don't care.
But your supporters do.
Okay. Okay. I love you. You be careful with him now. Everything's gonna be fine, Mac.
Tough old bird. Always had my vote.
Listen, he's worried about this getting out to the press.
Well, I'll see what I can do. I'd like to have you help us put together a composite drawing of your attacker tomorrow at the station.
Okay.
Then maybe you could show me around your husband's office.
I don't know what you expect to find there, but okay.
Well, what about you? I'll post an officer here tonight for you. You gonna be okay?
I'm Mac MacDermott's granddaughter, remember? That would be great. Thank you. Thanks for caring. Good night.
Thanks for coming by the station this morning, Mrs. Collins. We'll circulate the composite drawing today.
Please, call me Nell.
Hope you're feeling better. Did you get some sleep?
Yes, I did, and thank you for the sentry.
This is Winifred Johnson's desk?
Yes. Adam's office is in there.
Uh-huh.
Listen, did you find the bank that the safety deposit box belongs to?
No, but we will.
Oh, I wonder why that's locked.
Let's find out, shall we? Nothing unusual. What? What is it? Yeah, definitely the same twine and paper. Do you have any idea how much is here?
$50,000. Lisa and I think that it was some kind of payoff to keep her husband quiet.
50 grand payoff. It's cheaper to whack somebody.
Well, then what do you think it was for?
I guess to get his hands dirty. If he wasn't dead, I'd be talking to him about blowing up that boat.
Listen, she was adamant that Jimmy would never do something like that.
Well, you'd be surprised what some people were capable of, especially if they're desperate. A couple of kids, bills piling up.
Are you saying that Jimmy was in on the payoffs?
Jimmy was just a working stiff, but he was working for Sam Krause. And Winifred Johnson gave him 50 grand to do something. Something that got him on that boat and killed. Now, what other secrets are you keeping from me?
I've told you everything I know.
Yeah? Well, you didn't tell me about this.
Oh, I'm sorry. Lisa came to me in confidence. She was afraid you'd make Jimmy part of the investigation.
50 grand makes him a big part of this investigation. And withholding any kind of evidence can get you both locked up.
I found the money hidden in here.
Do you know when he might have gotten it?
It was in August. He was depressed. I remember it because he came home one night and started drinking. It wasn't like him to drink like that, so I asked him what was wrong. And he said that he was worried about work. Which shouldn't make any sense because he just started that new job at Sam Krause's.
Do you know the exact day in August?
I believe it was the night that old mansion burned down. Jimmy watched on the news over and over again. It really had him upset. Like it was his own house or something.
Jack, you know what that is? Newscast, August 24th. Lead story, Vandermeer Mansion burns down. I think I can prove Winifred Johnson paid Jimmy Ryan 50 grand to torture.
Well, that would explain the attack on Colliff's wife.
How so?
Meet Jed Kaplan. Petty larceny, shoplifting, auto theft, habitual punk.
What's the connection to Nell Colliff? We got an address.
Huh. Looks like we got a first-class nutcase on our hands.
Yeah. Hey, Jack.
Huh?
Who stood to benefit the most from the Vandermeer Mansion burning down?
I don't know. Adam Colliff?
Yeah. Colliff stood to make a hefty profit, but the big winner was Peter Lang. No house, no landmark status. As long as Colliff sold.
So you think that Lang got tired of waiting? So he hires Kaplan to blow the boat and get Colliff out of the picture?
Then goes after the widow for the property.
What's that?
Get a car to her house right now.
Hold on. I'm coming. Wait a minute. Hello?
His name is Jed Kaplan, small-time thief and con man. His mother sold the property to Adam. She ended up living in the Vandermeer Mansion. She was trapped in it the night it burnt down.
My God. Why go after me? Adam had nothing to do with that fire.
You sure about that?
Yes, I am.
No. Jimmy Ryan was paid 50 grand to torch that building.
Does Lisa know?
Yes. And if the money came through Winifred, the odds are Adam is dirty.
I am not willing to believe that without proof.
I have a feeling the proof you want was destroyed on his boat.
Not necessarily. Have you ever heard of a Harry Reynolds?
Never heard of him.
Well, Rhoda Johnson said that Winifred had a boyfriend. His name was Harry Reynolds. It looked like she was planning on marrying him. Don't you think it's odd that he hasn't come forward?
What are you getting at?
Well, I think that Winifred blew up Adam's boat and managed to escape from it.
You got anything to back that up?
Faith in Adam?
Okay, I'll bite. How does this Harry Reynolds guy fit into your equation?
Well, he uses Winifred's contacts to make the payoffs. Together they steal a fortune, but they can't spend it without getting caught. So they need to eliminate anyone who can expose them. Krause and Lang.
You left Adam off your list?
That's because I think they used Adam too. Adam often said that he would never have left Walters in Arsdale if it hadn't been for Winifred going with him. She's the one who convinced him to buy the Kaplan property and then use it to get Peter Lang to hire him.
So?
So Winifred and Harry paid Jimmy Ryan to burn down the mansion, which opens the door for Lang to build his complex. And then she sets a meeting on the boat to get rid of them all with one well-timed bomb. And then she jumps before it blows.
That's one hell of a theory.
She was a champion swimmer. Why else do you think she would pay 10 years in advance for her mother's expenses? She wasn't planning to be around.
You know, that would explain why we can't match any of her DNA to the remains.
Okay, maybe. But I'm not ready to say that Lang and Kaplan had nothing to do with blowing up that boat. They were both rich with motive. What do you got?
There's no sign of forced entry. Somebody gets in this clean, they're not gonna leave any prints.
Could Winifred have gotten a key to this place from Adam?
It wouldn't have been that hard. You're not thinking that Winifred killed Kaplan, are you?
No, not likely. Kaplan was killed by a pair of pretty strong hands.
She could have paid a guy to come in, or given the key to this mystery boyfriend.
Mrs. Coliff, what do you think they were looking for in the bedroom?
I don't know. The only thing in those boxes was Adam's clothing. I was planning on donating them.
Well, no, that could have been a ruse. The intruder comes in, tries to make it look like a break-in, then kills you when you walk in on him. Lucky for you, Kaplan got here first.
And you think that Kaplan came here to kill me, too? Well, it's nice to know that I'm so popular.
I'm gonna put someone here 24/7. Until we get this guy, you've got to consider yourself a target. I assume you can prove you were working late last night.
I can prove whatever I need. You know, this is beginning to sound a little like you're accusing me of murder.
Not accusing you of anything, Mr. Lang. I'm just doing my job. If Jed Kaplan planted a bomb on a boat, there's always a chance that somebody hired him to do it. And anybody with an apparent motive would have to be checked out.
If you're talking about killing Adam to gain his property, let's not forget that I was scheduled to be on the boat that day.
Oh, I'm sure you won't let me forget that.
I think it's time you started directing your questions to my lawyer, Detective. You can get his number on your way out now, if you don't mind.
You know, I know all about guys like you and how you do business. Now, maybe you're involved and maybe you're not, but I'll bet if I dig deep enough, I'll find something to make it worth my time.
Jimmy had no idea that Kaplan's mother was in the building when the fire was started. He got sick when he saw it that night on TV.
That must have been devastating for him.
To even agree to do something like that, I had no idea how desperate he was. I should have seen it, but I was so busy with work and the kids and...
Don't do that. He did what he felt he had to. You can't blame yourself for the choice he made.
But I'm his wife. I was supposed to be there.
I'm going through the same thing right now. I'm learning that Adam wasn't as honest with me as he could have been. I'm sure you were there for Jimmy. He got lost, and he made a mistake. Lisa, I want to ask a favor of you. There's this psychic, and she says she's in contact with Adam. And she told me things that only Adam and I could know, but...
What?
I'm not sure she's for real. I wanted you to talk to her about Jimmy. See what you think. See if you think she's for real.
Jimmy is here. He's showing me 2 children, a girl and a boy. He's smiling. They're your children.
Yeah.
He says they need you to be strong for them. He's saying he's sorry he won't be there to help you. He's sorry to have let them down. Oh, something happened. Something bad. It was an accident. He wanted to tell you, but he didn't know how. There's a woman with him. An old woman. She's in pain. He's crying now. He's saying he's sorry, but he didn't know. He didn't know.
Please. I don't want to hear anymore. There's something else, Lisa. He needs you to do something for him. To help him. Please.
What?
His friend, Adam, needs your help.
Adam Coliff?
Yes. He says his wife needs to let go. She needs to remove his personal items. It's very important, and she hasn't done this yet. She needs to bring them to a church.
What church?
I don't know. He's saying she knows.
She said, tell her to do it. Tell her to do it tonight.
I don't understand.
She said that you would know what it means and what church she was talking about.
I do. Adam and I always donated our clothes to the same church. I just don't understand why it's so important to do it tonight.
I don't know.
Do you think she really contacted Jimmy?
Yes. You're sure it's identical?
Positive. I talked to Brennan this morning. He said they haven't found the bank.
Are you gonna give it to him?
Not yet. Well, they have a key. Another one won't help them find the bank any faster. And if they know Adam had a key, it'll just implicate him in everything that's happened.
Why would Adam have a key?
I don't know. Maybe he was with Winifred from the beginning. I know the day she came to pick up his jacket. That was the day that Adam's boat blew up. And whoever broke into my house was probably looking for that key. And maybe Jed Kaplan was just a victim of bad timing. It's possible.
So you think that Bonnie got the message from Adam and Jimmy about getting rid of the clothing was actually supposed to sound like it was protecting you?
Yeah. And putting the key where somebody could get it.
What do you mean?
Well, look, if Winifred is still alive, maybe she's feeding Bonnie information.
What are you gonna do?
Mrs. Johnson, company.
I brought you some flowers.
Aren't they beautiful, Mrs. Johnson?
Don't have much use for flowers. Not as if I can eat them.
Why, don't I just take these and put them in your room for you?
Thank you. I should have brought you something a little more practical.
Winifred used to get me a little coffee cake at the bakery in the mall nearby. She knew that the food here had no taste.
Would you like one today? I can pick it up for you.
Why? Why are you being so nice to me? You think you owe me something because Winifred was on your husband's boat?
No. You've lost your daughter. I know how much you must be hurting.
I miss my Winnie. I miss her so much.
She must have been a wonderful daughter to take such good care of you.
She never missed a visit. She didn't want to bring me here, you know, but she had to. She had to work, and I needed. I never thought she'd die before me. We used to talk about me dying and what she would do. And she used to say that she would just quit working and get on the first plane to nowhere.
Do you remember her last visit?
How could I forget? It was Thursday, the day before the accident. She was upset. She wanted to make a stop at the bank, but she got there too late.
The bank? Do you remember what time she got here?
It must have been just after 5. I always eat dinner at 5, and I was eating dinner when she came. It was meatloaf. Thursdays are meatloaf. And she brought me a coffee cake.
Banks close at 5.
What did you say?
I said banks close at 5. It sounds like it was a bank around here.
I wouldn't know. Didn't you say you were going to get me a coffee cake?
That key is tied to an ongoing criminal investigation. I need to call the district attorney's office and give them your location. I'm sure that they'll be here with a search warrant before the end of the day.
I understand. Whatever I can do to help.
Would it be violating security to tell me the name that the box is registered under?
I don't think I can do that.
Let me make it easier for you. I know that Winifred Johnson's name is on that card. Could you tell me if Harry Reynolds' name is listed as the co-signatory?
I really shouldn't divulge that information.
Has anyone opened the box in the last week?
We don't keep records of that kind.
Thanks. Thanks for your help.
Oh, Mrs. Coliff, you forgot your package.
Thank you. It's a gift for a friend at Old Woods Manor. God knows she deserves every bite.
Hey, Nell left a message a little over an hour ago. Don't ask me how. She found the bank. It's over near the nursing home where Winifred Johnson's mother lives.
Huh. We gotta put that woman on the payroll. Let's get to work on a warrant.
I'm already on it. Something else. I spoke to my guy in North Dakota earlier. He should be faxing over a full report on Adam Coliff within the hour. He says the guy had more skeletons in his closet than a Hollywood madam.
Nell, I'm surprised to see you.
Sorry I didn't call, Bonnie. I was hoping you could make some time for me. I really need some help.
Come on in. I'll do what I can. So, what's going on?
I got your message from Lisa, and I gave all Adam's clothes to the church near our house.
Well, that's great. I'm sure Adam will be very happy about that. Please sit.
Your hand is shaking. Are you nervous?
No, I'm fine. It's just too much caffeine. So, are you here to try and contact Adam again?
Can we do that? I gave away his clothes like he asked. I thought you said that's what he needed, for me to let him go.
That's just the message that was given to me.
Actually, I'd like to try and contact Winifred Johnson. She was on Adam's boat.
I'm game if you are. Did you bring a personal item of hers?
Yes, I did.
Where the hell's my fax?
How long has this been here?
There's someone here. It's a woman. Brown eyes, dark hair. She's standing on a burning boat. It's Winifred.
Sounds like her.
Oh, she's in a lot of pain. She's reaching out her arms for help.
Ask her why she put a bomb on Adam's boat.
She doesn't understand. I'm losing her. She's fading.
I know Winifred's alive, Bonnie. And I know she's been using you to feed me lies about Adam. And I know she's been trying to get this key.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you do. You're already an accessory to murder. Don't make it any worse. Tell me where Winifred is, and I'll talk to the police on your behalf.
That's gonna be hard to do. Because it wasn't Winifred who got off the boat.
Broken home, shoplifting, vandalism. Juvenile record was expunged. At 17, he was questioned in the death of an uncle. No charges were filed.
Yeah, his mother inherited a chunk of money from that uncle, too. It was his ticket to college. Keep reading.
Fake letters of reference for his first job in Bismarck, fired for infidelities with the owner's wife, fired for his second job for selling contents of sealed bids to rival firms. Well, this guy's as dirty as a broken toilet. How does he set up shop with a history like this?
Because Adam Coliff is actually Harry Reynolds. He started using his mother's maiden name a few months before he met Nell MacDermott.
New wife, new life.
New mistress, Winifred Johnson.
So Nell was right about Johnson's boyfriend coming after her. Well, we better get to her before Coliff does.
Hey, wait for me!
Welcome back, honey.
Adam.
You know, I gotta hand it to you, Nell. You're smarter than I gave you credit for.
Where's Winifred?
Winifred? Well, she's scattered across the river. Don't you watch the news?
Why are you doing this?
Why? Money. I just got tired of living on an allowance.
We didn't need money.
Oh, wake up! Come on, Nell. There was no we. There was the granddaughter of the great Mac MacDermott, and then the incompetent husband. You see, from the moment we met, he made it very clear to me that I was not good enough for you, and I was not going to end up being a houseboy to a politician.
I loved you.
No, you didn't. You loved the idea of being in love. So you were so desperate for it that you didn't find out anything about me. You don't even know my real name.
Oh, my God. You're Harry Reynolds.
That's very good. Now, how'd you find that out? Did Mac hire a private detective to dig up some dirt?
I saw Winifred's wedding invitations.
Winifred, she was a very lonely woman. A lot like you now. She couldn't wait to help me fulfill my potential.
So you used her like you used me?
No. I used her differently. She had no breeding or education. She had no reason to question anything I told her. She had no life until I gave her one.
She was the perfect patsy. You know, the only mistake she ever made was bring me the wrong jacket.
You I had to seduce. Which really wasn't that hard to do. In fact, it was surprisingly easy.
What are you doing?
I'm saying goodbye to my wife.
What do you mean saying goodbye?
What do you think I mean? You can't just let her walk out of here.
We didn't talk about this.
Well, no, we didn't talk about killing Jay Kaplan either, but we're a little too late to back out now, don't you think?
But maybe she brought the key with her. We can go to the bank when it opens, take out the money. By tomorrow night, we'll be in another country.
This was about a key? You were gonna kill me for a key.
You see this? You see this face? You see this face?
Yes.
Do you? This is the price I had to pay for leaving that key at home. You see, Winifred got a little suspicious when I asked her for her key, right? And then when I finally found it in her purse and she showed up on the deck and we started fighting for it, I couldn't get off the boat fast enough, you see? That key is worth a fortune, sweetheart. I would have killed my own mother for it.
Baby, we've got it now. Let's just forget about all these people and get on with our lives.
The police know about Winifred's safe deposit box, and by now they have a warrant and have seized everything in it.
Adam, no!
Get away from me!
You just couldn't leave things alone, could you? Because I had things planned perfectly. I even knew that you would wait for me to reach up from the grave to say goodbye. Well, here I am, sweetheart.
Help me, please. Please help me.
Adam, I can't do this.
Can't do what?
I can't kill her. It's different with a boat. I didn't know those people. I can't do this.
Okay. Gag her then.
Don't do this. Don't do...
What's that for?
Another tragic accident. That's a certain amount of symmetry to it, don't you think? Everybody gets burned? Whoa. What, honey? I always thought you liked a good barbecue, didn't you?
Adam, no!
Don't worry, Bunny, baby. You just relax and I'll take care of everything. This relationship just isn't working out for me anymore. You know what? I have to leave now. But don't blame yourself. See, because I'm just not a one-woman guy.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, I understand. Is that it? One last kiss? One last kiss before I say goodbye? Is that it? Is that it? Bye, honey. Come on, Nell. Where do you think you're going?
Bonnie, help me!
With the others. Come on, let's talk about this. That's where you went to your therapist to talk about our marriage problem. How are we getting along now, Nell? Nell!
Get up, Nell. Get up.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
You can do it. That's my girl.
He's coming now.
Get up, Nell. Get up.
Scream for help! Somebody help me!
What's the matter now? No dead parents to save you this time?
Freeze! I'm covered in gasoline.
Don't do it.
She's upstairs.
Jack?
He's dead.
How did you find me?
Alicia Ryan said there was a psychic here talking to your dead husband. I just had to meet her.
I'll call it in.
We'll have an ambulance here soon.
Aren't we supposed to sing for She's a Jolly Good Fellow or something?
Not till she's elected. Don't you think celebration's a bit premature? The results won't be in for several hours.
Getting here was a victory, Mac. We wanted to celebrate a successful campaign, win or lose.
What do you mean, lose? Nell MacDermott has ever lost an election yet.
And with Peter Lang's generous $1 million donation, we have a fighter's chance to keep that streak alive.
That was a nice incentive to get you to sell.
Good business?
Better politics.
Okay.
I don't know if I ever thanked you yet for bringing me on board.
Only every day for the last 6 months.
Well, you don't know how much it means to me. I don't know if I would have made it without your friendship.
Thank you. You're wonderful. And I am counting on you running my local office if we end up winning this thing.
That's it. They want us down at campaign headquarters. Come on, let's go win an election.
Mac, I just want you to know, no matter what happens, I'm glad you made me run. Why took you so long?
Just waiting for a little motivation, Congresswoman.